Funny or sad? You decide. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 toxic cartoon show communities. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at a vocal minority who give the rest of the fanbase a bad name. Just to be clear, these cartoons and their supporters are generally pretty awesome, but as always, there are exceptions.
Zuko, it's time we had a talk about your hair. It's gone too far.
Number 10. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
This is pathetic! My jokes are way funnier than this!
Nickelodeon's action-packed series deserves all the praise thrown its way. Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra boast gorgeous animation, lovable characters, and a mature storyline that develops at a fantastic pace. There is also a lot, and we do mean a lot, of shipping.
Well, hello!
At one point or another, Katara has been matched with every single male, or female character in the series, with a few going as far to imagine what she would look like pregnant. Considering Avatar's cast is made up of underage teenagers, the over-sexualization can be off-putting.
This is my wife, Sapphire.
Sapphire Fire, nice to meet you.
Number 9. Adventure Time.
Apologize!
Never!
Jake and Finn have been around for nearly a decade, amassing a huge following along the way. Adventure Time is creative, funny, and exceedingly well written. While a children's show at heart, Pendleton Ward's tour de force is not afraid to tackle issues like depression and mental illness, prompting a small subsection of the fandom to shoot down anyone who says anything negative about an episode. Anything less than describing Adventure Time as deep or revolutionary is not accepted.
Unacceptable!
As wonderful as the cartoon is, shouldn't a little constructive criticism be welcomed?
My way! Yeah!
Number 8. SpongeBob SquarePants.
We do not worship him.
While not the worst community in the world, some SpongeBob superfans can be real pinheads.
Who you calling Pinhead?
The main point of contention in this fandom mostly revolves around the drop in quality of the show after the theatrically released film, with old school fans disparaging later seasons and actively attacking anyone who enjoys newer episodes of the show. The problem is that many of these new fans are just children, so a lot of kids end up being criticized by more vocal fans for simply liking a cartoon. It's fine to dislike something, but don't take your frustration out on kids.
Think about the children!
Number 7. My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Oh, I don't understand.
Hey, bronies is a term that exists for a reason. My Little Pony is a show that celebrates what it means to be a young girl, and it attracted an adult male audience. Considering Lauren Faust's cartoon could not be further removed from stereotypical masculinity, the diverse fanbase was a testament to the show's quality. Then the fan art started to come out, with Fluttershy and Pink Pie performing acts that no pony should be able to do. A My Little Pony fan has also received death threats after spearheading a campaign to get the webcomic Ask Princess Molestia taken down by Tumblr. That's not very friendly behavior.
Oh, lighten up, Twilight. That's nothing but harmless gossip.
Number 6. Teen Titans Go.
Seriously?
When it comes to this DC cartoon, there is no middle ground. The original Teen Titans holds a special place in many hearts, so most were disappointed when Teen Titans Go took a more child-friendly approach.
When things get boring, you gotta spice them up!
While the majority quickly moved on, some take every opportunity to hate on the new series. Who cares if someone else likes it? On the flip side, any negative review of the series tends to bring out the worst in fans of Teen Titans Go, leading to a pretty toxic back and forth between the two groups. Admittedly, from an outsider's perspective, it can be entertaining.
What are you doing?
Just giving the people what they want.
Number 5. Gravity Falls.
We'll never forget you, Mabel. Because we're gonna kidnap you.
The central characters of this show are a brother and sister named Mabel and Dipper Pines. Now, take one wild guess what the phrase Pinecest is referring to. Before we forget, the siblings are 13 years old. Now, Gravity Falls is a highly creative cartoon that pays homage to classic horror and conspiracy films, prompting weekly discussion on the next possible plot twist. At one point, the fanbase actually figured out a mystery, forcing Alex Hirsch to leak a fake revelation to throw the show's audience off the right track. Sounds pretty fun, right? Unfortunately, thanks to Pinecest shippers, Gravity Falls makes this list anyway.
You're too easily impressed.
Yeah.
Number 4. The Loud House.
Lenny's not gonna see. See what? Nothing!
Rule 34 states that if something exists, there is porn of it. Assuming that is true, what would happen if a cartoon comes along with a cast mostly made up of underage brothers and sisters? The Loud House provided an answer to that question. This Nickelodeon sitcom is packed with quirky and funny characters, guaranteeing that viewers relate to at least one of the siblings. Like with every show, most of the fan art is appropriate and even creative, but things can quickly take a turn for the creepy. When it comes to the Loud House, unfortunately, Loudcest is a term that exists.
Ew, gross!
Number 3, Voltron, Legendary Defender.
Now, form Voltron!
As the old saying goes, love and hate are two sides of the same coin. Just to clarify, this entry is based on an isolated incident, but one worth mentioning. Netflix's Voltron Legendary Defender has proven to be a fantastic reboot of the franchise, gaining a relatively wide audience. However, after the cartoon seemed unlikely to actualize a couple shipped by fans, one person decided to take matters into their own hands by blackmailing the studio. While on a tour of Studio Mirror's headquarters, the blackmailer took pictures of the confidential storyboards and leaked them, putting the company at risk of a lawsuit.
Come on, Keith, we're leaving.
Number 2, Steven Universe.
You swung too slow!
Guys, seriously? This entire show is about acceptance. Steven Universe regularly subverts expectations by focusing on character and relationship types that tend to be sidelined in mainstream cartoons. Rebecca Sugar's series has earned every single one of its fans, but some are a bit over-defensive.
It's just you and me, Jasper. One-on-one!
A Tumblr artist named Sammy was viciously harassed after posting art that depicted a slightly slimmer version of Rose Quartz.
I hadn't planned on finding you quite this entertaining.
Online groups were created for the sole purpose of attacking this poor girl, who obviously was a huge fan of Steven Universe.
The bullying got so bad that Zammy ended up in the hospital.
Don't worry, Steven. I'm sure someday you'll figure out how to activate your gem.
Yes, in your own Steven-y way.
Number 1, Rick and Morty.
What is my purpose?
Pass the butter.
So, anyone surprised? During the wait for the 3rd season, Rick and Morty exploded in popularity and became one of the most talked about shows on the internet.
We need a vacation.
The new episodes were not universally well received by the fanbase, with a minuscule minority blaming the show's female writers. Sadly, this led to harassment and doxing, prompting Dan Harmon to describe these fans as knobs during an interview with Entertainment Weekly. In another incident, police were forced to step in when fans reacted negatively to McDonald's running out of Szechuan dipping sauce during a one-day promotion. You don't need a very high IQ to practice common decency.
And then they got rid of it, and now it's gone. This is the only place we're going to be able to try it is in my memory.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.